Hello everybody and welcome to Photography Foundations. This is Edel here and today I'm going to be walking you through how easy it is to set up your Photography Foundations CRM. This booking and scheduling system, complete with payment gateways, client portal, invoicing, several integrations. It's really got everything that any photographer would need. So the only thing I've done prior to starting this recording of the video is on my admin back end, I have set up the name of this particular demo photography business. So I've used Creative Mama Photography because some of you may or may not know that the umbrella company that holds Photography Foundations is actually called Creative Mama Media. That is my main company. So Creative Mama Photography is a perfect demo name to use, I think, in this instance. And that's basically the only thing that I've set up. I've set it for UK time and for pounds, but of course you could set it for anything. It can be set for dollars, it can be set for euros, etc. You can, if you've got multiple employees, you can create their sort of working hours and setup, which can also involve allowing clients to book one of your colleagues rather than yourself. And again, services is to do with your packages that can be for specific employees. And then features and integrations, and then the most awesome one, obviously the booking website, which we'll also check out. When you first log in, the first thing that you see is your calendar, and any appointments that you have will show up here. This is also integrated with Google Calendar. You can also integrate it with Outlook, for example, and other integrations are things like Zoom for consultations, etc. On your dashboard, because this is a demo version and it's brand new, it's going to be pretty blank at the moment, but your customers, your revenue, all of this, your appointments, everything will show up here. So at a glance, you'll be able to see what's happening for your week or your month. And then if we click appointments, your appointments list will show up here as well. You can either add an appointment directly in this way, or you can do it if an appointment is automated through your booking system, then it would show up here automatically. Similarly, I'm the only one for this made up photography company here. So any employees, including yourself, would show up here. And then your customers, you'd have them as a list. They will also show up on this area. Services, now there's 3 very basic blank services put in here. Oh, it's set for dollars at the moment. So you could have, this is where you would adjust your packages, for example. So say, for example, you've got corporate team photography. If I want to edit that service, these will come pre-built, by the way. So when you first get your own software system, these will be here for you to edit and change, just to make it a little bit easier than starting from a blank canvas. So say, for example, I want to have, instead of corporate team photography, I want to have this as newborn photography. And maybe I'm going to change this color. I love a bit of hex codes. These colors are really nice and pastel, but I'm more of a dark jewel toned sort of person. So I'm going to go down a bit and I'm going to choose, what will I choose today? Oh, I'll pick a nice purpley pink, I think. Yeah, so you'll notice it changing here. You can put in the hex code directly if you wanted to, but I'm going to do it that way. And then the category that this is going to go into, I haven't set my categories yet, so I can't change it. But if I go into my software, my folders, I'm going to pick a photo from somewhere. So let me just choose. It'll take a minute for this to load up. Yeah, I'm going to choose a newborn photo just as an example. It'll take a minute. This is on my NAS system, my external hard drive, and it takes about 15-20 seconds for it to load. Sometimes a little less, but obviously when you're recording it seems to take longer. So feel free, if you need to speed past this part if it doesn't hurry up. There we go. And if I go into, I'll go into this one. And then I think we'll choose some of these older ones. These are all the ones that are like super old. No recent ones on this one, but we've got some pretty cute ones. So let's do a bit of, should we do Jessie? And let's pick a nice one from here. We could just do a nice little, yeah. Ooh, yeah, I like these ones. All right, so I won't spend too long picking there, but I like the little smile. Okay, so you can then set your image, how it's going to appear for your clients when they look at the newborn photography ones. So I just want it like that. And that's the thumbnail preview. And then we hit next. And that should just save it. Oh, hang on. And then the larger grid one for when it appears in the larger size. There we go. Done. So we've got that. And then you could put a description here. So if I just put in-home newborn photography session. Oh. Combination of lifestyle and posed images. Keep it simple, but obviously you could put whatever you want to put in there. And then every so often I'll just save the changes, keep it up to date. But any changes that you're making, they change in live time. So like we're 6 minutes in. Probably a good 40 seconds of those 6 minutes was waiting for the my computer to load up, which is the same thing it's doing now, because the saving changes is actually quite quick, not usually this long. It's because things need to be updated, I think. There we go. So if I go into settings, you can add extra things on here. So most popular, that's always a good one. And then you can set the duration. I don't think we want to do a 4-hour duration of anything, but I'd set this one for, I'd set it for that. You can build in buffer times that people don't book too soon before or after. And then you can set the pricing. So maybe I want to up that to $4.50. And then if depending on your tax, that will go in a separate area, and you could just apply that here. You can, if you want to, enable deposit payments. Now, because I haven't connected my payment gateway, you can connect, you know, Stripe, PayPal, lots of other payment gateways. Once they're connected, you'll be able to do this straight away. And then you could enable recurring appointments. You could enable a group booking, obviously not necessary for something like this. The redirect URL is great because you can direct them to another part of your website, for example, or a questionnaire, a Google form to fill in. All that makes it really simple and automated. Minimum time before booking is an important one, I think. So for newborns in particular, I would say at least 4 days minimum, just to get me prepped. And the number of days available to book in advance, if necessary, you could put that in there. If I just hit save, and we will update all, confirm, and then you can add in any extras. So for example, you could add in bonus props plus 40 minutes add-on, for example. And then for this I might put in extra 150 for that, and that would be, I think you can you do 40 minutes here? No, but I'd put in an hour and it will show the difference. And then you could put like add extra props to your session such as basket, bucket, beanbag, or nest. There we go. And we're not going to multiply it with the number of people. And then I haven't added an image there, but you could if you wanted to. And then you can also add additional images to your gallery, so that will show up here. So for example, just to add a little bit on here, because I've got the time, I think, for that one. So we'll add 1 and 2 and what other one will we add on here? Another slightly different one. Oh, we haven't done one of these yet, have we? 3. There we go. So if we add those on there, and then we'll just hit save. I might not have saved. I might have saved that a bit too quickly. We'll add 1 or 2 back in. There we go. Hang on. 1, 2. Let those load. Make sure they've loaded. That one might be a bit large. It's a TIFF, that's why. Hang on. And hit save. Okay, so once you've done that, then I would move on to say, you could obviously go back and you can change them around and do more under your services. So you can come back here. So I've got newborn photography 450. If I click that, you'll see in a second what that looks like. And then you've got default services as well. And then locations, if there's any specific locations that you like to shoot in. So I could put, for example, home studio, and then I'll create an address totally out of my brain. Melbourne, Australia. I'll try to get one that's UK. No, maybe I won't. I'll just pick one. There you go. And then you can select the color of your pin, and then you can add your phone number, something like 778965412. That's literally just random typing. Please don't call that. And then you could add that in there and hit add location. And then close. I'm not going to go to location right now. Finances. If I click this one, this is where you can add your invoices. You can also set up your payments. The invoices will automatically number themselves here, which is kind of handy. And you can set up your taxes, what's taxable, what's not, etc., including your extras. And then you can also set coupons. So you can do discount coupons and things like that. So coupon code, let's go Edel Danger, just for fun. And then we could set it for 2 days time, and 1 usage limit, 1 per customer. Coupon has no limit amount, maybe, or maybe you've got to spend 100 quid, maybe. There you go. And it only applies to newborn photography. And you can do it by percentage or nominal. So if I did a fixed amount, for example, it would be in numbers here. If I do percentage, I could do like, here's 40% off. Send the coupon, manually select the customers to send the coupon to. You can filter it, so it'll only go to customers who've had appointments within this date range, or have used these services, or have booked with a certain employee, or have spent over a certain amount with you, which I love. So if, for example, they've spent already over $1,000 with you, then they automatically would have a coupon generated. So I love that. And disable coupon sharing means that the received coupon will not be able to use it with a different email. It can only work with the email that it's been sent to. And then you would just create that coupon and it will go here and it's ready to use. And then you've got a history of coupons that you've created. So super easy to create discount coupons and sort of a way to incentivize your clients. Features and integrations, these will be set on my end in terms of, but some of the things that will be on offer with this is your custom domain. So again, similar to like what's up here. custom roles, multilingual support. You can set ratings and reviews for testimonials or special days, employee hours and services, any resources. You can reserve with Google. We've got an option to have a chat bot, which is pretty cool. You'll see that in a second. Custom fields to gather specific data from your clients. Extras, which I showed you already, that in terms of the props and things, extras is upsells to offer additional benefits. You could have albums in there, or wall art, or additional prints, or a digital and print package. Group booking, multiple locations, recurring appointments, etc. You can also embed it with these email marketing systems. And you can add your Facebook pixel, which is great for when you're tracking Facebook ads. Same with Google Analytics. These are free as well, and Google Tag Manager. You can also utilize WhatsApp to send out reminders to your clients, which I'd recommend over the SMS, because with the SMS you've got to pay for credits to use the SMS service. So it's not 1 credit per 1 SMS. You get quite a lot for your money with it, but WhatsApp, you don't have to. So custom notifications for specific emails, and obviously online payments. And then it's got the API as well. So if you're not techie, basically I call these bridging connectors. So these things create a bridge between this software and another software. So you could connect this to Google Sheets, and it would put all of your data from your clients into Google Sheets. You could connect it to Trello, and it could create a card for each of your clients in there. You could connect it to trigger something in the likes of, say, shoot proof, or directly on your website. So stuff like that is really handy. And then this is pretty much straightforward. It's about testimonials. And then this bit I love. So this is the super simple part. We're on 17 minutes. A lot of that has been me over talking, but here we go. So in terms of who can make a booking, etc. So I'm going to speed through this now. So let's just say website and branding settings. We're going to call this, here we go, Creative Mama Photography. Nice and simple. And we will call this the one-stop photography. I'm making this up as I go along, so apologies. Photography solution for all your family photos. And in terms of a preview image, yeah, let's pick one. So if I go back here a little bit, let me think. Yeah, we could go into families. Let's pick one for the families. Yeah, we'll do that one there. That'll do. Okay. So if we use that one, and then you can upload your logo here as well. So again, this is super quick and easy to upload logos. You could just select one. Bam, bam. Thank you, ma'am. And then a website favicon is the part that appears up here. And again, it should be pretty simple, I would think, to just upload that and then hit save. And hopefully if the file sizes aren't too big, they've saved. Awesome. Then you go to theme and appearance. Now this is the cool bit. You get to choose between light or dark and a mixture of these looks and appearances. So for this one, for example, I will go with Everest. I quite like the look of that one. And then you can select your primary color. This is going to be the color on your background. So what color is that Everest? It's a bit purpley, isn't it? So I'm going to go up to a purple sort of tint, maybe. Again, I'm just looking at this little arrow to help me choose. Okay, and again, you would enter in the hex codes of your brand, because that would be the simplest way to do it, I would think. You can select some fonts and what the interface will look like, and then the website background image if you wanted to, and then you hit save. Once you've done that, you can work through the individual sections. So the hero image or no hero image. I'm going to select a hero image. This is already set. I'm fine with all of this. I don't know what color that was set to. I'm going to put this bright, I think. I'm going to assume that would need to be bright. I'm going to put it up to a whitish. And I'm going to do the same with this one. select a sort of a white-ish. There we go. And that's already preset, but you can obviously change it as you wanted to. And then your call to action button, and you can direct what happens when you hit the button. Where does it take you? The hero section background. So for this one, if I go back into my photos for a second, my old photos, and yeah, let's select one of these ones. So if I pick one here to show you, we could just do maybe, yeah, I want one that looks suitable for yeah. Okay, I quite like that one. That one's nice and bright. Okay. All right, so, and then I'm selecting it to fade into the background. Nice and simple. Hit save. And under footer section, you're going to be able to set your social media stuff. You can decide whether you want 2 or 3 columns, your slogan, all your info, your custom links. I'm not going to bother putting anything in here other than things like, let's put our own, your success is our focus. That's our Photography Foundation slogan. We can't wait to shoot you. I'm being a little bit on edge there, but there we go. And then I'll just hit save. Custom links is a great one because that's where you can add a link to anywhere else that you want these clients to go. Then you've got your services page. You can decide whether it's grid or list view and what it will look like. I'm going to keep it large and leave it like that, I think. Employees page, you can actually have people, you know, in terms of what they're going to look like. And if you're very techie and you know how to do custom code, you can add that in there and really personalize everything. Your booking form for your clients, you can decide what you want to include and what you want to leave out. You can show unavailable or booked slots. You can show the time zone option to customers. You can show a look busy option, which always shows the number of available slots is booked, and then after a set limit is reached, all remaining slots will be shown to customers. So that's quite handy as well. Employees, customers, all the info that you're going to get from them, whether you want a cancellation URL to be sent out, where to redirect them after a successful booking. And then you've got the thank you page, which is where they'd automatically be directed to. So you can put your message in there. You can even put an image in there if you wanted to, etc. You can set your language, always handy. And you can add any custom labels such as add appointment, etc., which just speeds things up. There's 9 pages of these, by the way. It'll just speed things up when you're doing emails. And then you've got your custom fields directly. So it adds just sort of more info. So once you've got all that in, you're pretty much ready to go. And then, this is the bit I love. I mean, with settings, this is where you can set your payment gateways, etc. But the easiest way to do this now, to see what you've actually created, is to hit booking website. You don't have to launch anything. You don't have to mess around with URLs. You just click it. And straight away, you'll see you've got the hero image with a fade. I can see straight away now that this is a little bit too bright. It probably needs to be darker. But you can mix and match what images you use. You've got your call to action button. You've got the photography packages that we've put in there. We've got a little bit on the bottom. Again, very basic, just to show you for this particular part. Obviously, if you've lots of services, you just add them in there. And then you've got your locations. It should show up the home studio that I've just randomly created, and a book now button. And this is what that area will look like. The login, once clients have created their own login, they'll be able to log in and see previous sessions they've had, as well as anything that they've currently got upcoming. And then just say, for example, with the newborn photography that we've just created, if I hit choose, it will give me the info, so I can decide, do I want to add, do I want to keep it as is, or do I want to add in the extra? And I'll go, you know what, I want to add in the extra. I'm going to do that, and it's going to automatically update here for me. And then I can simply hit continue once I'm happy with what that looks like. And then I can choose my dates. You will have preset when you're available on the back end in settings. So here, for example, I might go, you know what, I want to see a month view rather than a week view, and I'm going to go with Thursday the 2nd of December. And from that, I'm going to go 1 to 3:30 because that's the hour and a half that I'd set. And then I can enter in the info. So for here, I will put in Jill, and we'll go with Jill Blogs, and we'll go jblogs@hotmail.com. And then again, a random phone number if that's something that you've required. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. There we go. And then you can create an account and make your booking easier next time by adding in a password. We'll do 1 2 3 4. Or you can just sign up directly with these, which is super handy. Then you hit continue. Oh, hang on, it needs to be eight long. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. I wonder will it let me through with such a bogus password. Looks like it will. There we go. Yeah, no doubt it was using a data breach. We can ignore that. And then say we've got a coupon. We did have a coupon. What did we call that coupon again? I think we called it Edel Danger, didn't we? Just to show you how this would work. I can't remember. Oh, it did. There you go. So straight away, that is taken the 240 off the 600, bringing it down to 360. So the coupon clearly works. Then you would just hit, obviously you've got more info. You can check all the info that's there. I've added on the extra time, and I can just hit book now. And when I hit book now, they can add it directly to their calendar. I won't click that because it will show you my calendar. And that's basically what it will look like. And if at any point they hit their My Bookings, it will show up here. And this one is automatically set to approve. You could have it set to pending or to rejected, so that you not every, I set it for January, not December. Whoops. It's a fake booking. It doesn't matter. But you could, if need be, go, you know what, actually I've made a mistake there. I need to reschedule that. And if you hit reschedule, it will send them a message and you can reschedule as need be. So it's kept really simple. And I love it for that reason. And if I can just show you now, if I go back to our main dashboard, and I click dashboard, you'll see that it's updated. And we're now at one customer with the revenue that's come in, and the appointment hasn't come up yet because I think I was going to reschedule it or something. I might not have approved it, but it's already come through. So you just need to sort of click, and maybe this will book another appointment. Yeah. I'm going to hit back because I don't want to start messing around with another one. But that will hopefully give you an idea of the type of things that it covers. Under settings, you can set things like the default time slot step. This is automatically appointment status is approved, but you can have it set to pending. The minimum time to book, the number of days available to book in advance or to reschedule. So you won't be able to reschedule if it's like too close to the thing, to the actual slot. You've got your company info, save changes. You've got your company info, which you can add more info in there. Your office hours, which you can set when you're available. Company days off, SMS, email, payments, which is where you set up. So at the moment it's set for US dollar, but you can handle any of these. There's so many to choose from. And then Square, PayPal, Stripe, Molly, or Authorize.net. You can set a primary payment option if you want to pay in cash, or it can be disabled. And then you can set users and roles as far as admin or what other people who are involved in your photography business can access from this dashboard. And that's pretty much it. Whew. Okay, we're just under 30 minutes. It is a big walkthrough, but that is start to finish everything that you would need to know to get up and running. Literally everything. It's got scheduling, it's got payments, it's got the landing page, the booking website. I don't know what it doesn't have. So please reach out if you've got any questions at all. I'm so happy to bring this to you guys, and this will be part of the Photography Foundations membership as an add-on upgrade, and I can't wait for it to launch. All right, Talk to you guys soon. Bye.